Hey dear ones, thank you all for tuning in. Last week we saw point number 1 that in order to overcome, firstly we need to analyze that we need help and we need to know from which we need to overcome. So guys, I believe that you would have found out your weakness. So guys, don't worry how hard it may seem today right now for you, but you can overcome that. So let's get into the today's episode, point number 2 on how to overcome. So shall we start? Let's go. Before coming to the point on how to overcome, let's look in this episode what are the temporary alternatives we have or we use it to overcome. Yes, when we have decided to overcome, there are some common errors or common mistakes we do thinking that this will help us to overcome. So let's look into what are the errors or the mistakes which we do and think that it will help us to overcome. So let's analyze and understand the true way of how to overcome it. Let's look in. So point number 1, keeping oneself very busy. This is the very common route, my dear friends, which people opt to overcome. For example, when a person is going through a mental pressure or loneliness or in order to forget something, they try to opt this kind of method. They just want themselves to keep themselves busy so that they will forget the things and they will overcome it. But actually, the truth is, at the end of the day, when you come back to bed and sleep on the bed, what are the things you're facing through? They again go through the same struggle. In their mind, they will fight with the thoughts, with the pain, with the struggle, and end up being in the same place. Don't you feel that you are stagnant? Or do you think that you have overcome just by keeping yourself busy? Think about it. Point number 2, fake alternatives. From the heading only we can understand it, right? Yes, when one person is going through a depression or a mental pressure, they find in a new person to share their feelings, their pain, their struggle. They think that it is a way to overcome it, but actually, this might go even worse than the before. They find out new alternative to share in their experience or pain, but this cannot become a situation where you are overcoming it, but actually you are going even worse. It can sometimes relieve a pain, but it sometimes can bring you back the pain again and again. So guys, let me tell you, at the end of the day, where are you? Don't you feel stagnant? Don't you remain in the same place and not overcoming? Yes, my dear friends, it does not need only to be a person. It could be any alternative which you are trying to use. It could be watching TV or watching any kind of series or doing any kind of physical activity or playing. Whatever you do, have a cross check on it. Because you think that you are trying to overcome by it, but at the end of the day, just always remember, where are you? Have you overcome that situation or are you remaining stagnant in that? Just think about it. Thirdly and finally, time, blame, game. Doesn't it sound like a tongue twister? Yeah. So sometimes we put the time as the thing to overcome, right? As time goes by, things will change. Actually, it's quite acceptable, but it is not a complete way of overcoming. If you need to overcome, you need to have a solid foundation, and this time blame game doesn't work here. Time might think that you might forget the things or the pain is less, but actually it is getting subdued within you, and at some times it might break out and come forth, and that would be much more even worse than the beginning. So be careful with that, my dear friend. You are remaining stagnant in that. Do not put the time as the factor to overcome your situation. Yes, dear friends, don't run after the things which gives you a temporary relief or leads you into a wrong direction. Just by keeping yourself busy throughout the entire day will not help you to overcome it, or it cannot help you to move ahead in your life. You just remain stagnant in that place. Just by choosing an alternative to overcome doesn't make you an overcomer. Still you will be stagnant in the same place. But my dear friends, there is a way to overcome your situations, which may sound odd for you, but that is the truth and it can help you to overcome it. Are you thinking what is that way? Let's tune in next week Saturday to know more about it. Until then, it's your favorite Steffi signing off. Bye-bye.